Good day, mi gente. This is Peter Blade. You might know me from Facebook's You Know You're Puerto Rican If. And now a new podcast, Boricua Stand Up. I'm here today with an interesting topic as I cover food and food-based content. I was at a supermarket today, getting ready for today's meal, and I came across a bread, so I grabbed it. One of the things that led me or gravitated me toward the bread is the fact that I've seen it before in the commercial. It's called Dave's Killer Bread. Dave's Killer Bread. And the commercial has to do with Mr. Dave here on his guitar. He does a couple of licks and they show the bread. Now the bread alone, it contains 21 whole grains. That is a lot. That's kind of like a Cheesecake Factory bread. All right, now the bread, I'm not gonna lie, it's a good bread. I just had it before. But as I'm standing on the line, I could not help but be bored enough to see what kind of grains it has in it. And I look over, and I did this exactly, reached for my glasses, threw it on, and I'm on the line, and I'm like, da-da-da-da-da. Minding my business. Then I come across this. Dave's Killer Bread, and it tells you a little something about him. The first thing that I come across is 15 years in prison. That's a tough way. That's a tough way to find yourself. Dave Dow realized he was at the wrong game, and he knew he had to do more. His brother Glenn saw a change in him. Wait a minute. His brother Glenn saw a change on him, right? So he does 15 years. Dave's Killer Bread. He just claimed he was in the wrong game. His brother's like, yeah, he can change. This guy's a murderer. Un panadero asesino. Vendiéndote pan. Selling you some bread. With 21 whole grains. Did 15 years, came out and did a kick-ass bread. His brother had faith in him. Listen, pai, no mate otra vez. I'm letting you know right now. Just don't kill nobody no more. And we good, and we could do this bread thing. So, kudos to my boy, Dave, and his killer bread, and his killer guitar, and his killer commercial. And it really is good bread. You got me sold on it, but I even kind of like it better that my man went to jail for 15 joints, came home, and there is redemption. There is redemption, all right? People can change, and people can do something big with themselves. We spent the last couple of decades, maybe even 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 decades, persecuting the ex-cons. And the ex-cons is a mistake that they did in life. And society wanted you to believe that they can be marked forever for having that felony. In fact, it was even better competition that people did have felonies so that people can move up more and not worry about felons. A felony or felons nowadays is kind of like in biblical times, the mark of Cain. The mark of Cain in biblical times was when Cain and Abel, which they were brothers, Cain killed Abel because he was jealous that he was getting more rewards from God. So Cain killed Abel. And when it came out, of course God sees everything, that he knew that Cain did it. He gave him the ultimatum. And his ultimatum was leave the Garden of Eden, in which you was in paradise. Leave. But he said not the word to everybody else. Let no one touch one hair on his head. Let him be as a cast out. Let him live. Let him suffer as a cast out. Now, I don't know any God that'll let anybody suffer, but according to the Bible, that's what it says. So that mark of Cain comes out being the felony. We've been marked for doing something wrong, let's just say, and now we have to be out there paying the price, even after you pay your debt to society for doing your time in jail, right? It's more or less what they're saying. But kudos to Dave that he didn't let that affect his way of life. And kudos to his brother who had faith in him. And kudos to the marketing genius that put that damn story on the side of the bread when we got something to read, when we're standing on that line ready to cash our products out. All right, Dave. You guys take care.